Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Call Loyim La Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakwadash, Shalom Israel, Shalom Yasha Allah. It's King Dalen, Brother Kaloya, Tabu Ayim. All right, we want to give it all praise to our power, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakwadash, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, Barakatim. So all the hopeful elect, all the sincere believers out there that believe wholeheartedly, all right, and they keep the faith of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. All right, which are you Israelites, the 12 tribes that scattered abroad, which consists of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right, as you few, and as well as a few Israelite foreigners, all right, that may look like heathens. All right, but the Spirit bear witness. All right, they Spirit bear witness with this truth. Okay, and this is Romans chapter 11, start at verse 2. All right, it says, God have not cast away his people, which he foreknew. What ye not, what the scripture saith of Elias, how he maketh intercession to Yahweh against Israel, saying, Lord, they have killed thy prophets and digged thy altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life. All right. But what saith the answer of Yahweh unto him? All right. It says, I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. All right. Read that again. This is Romans chapter 11, verse 4. But what saith the answer of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua unto him? And it reads, it says, I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the image, it's like it, who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. All right. Verse 5, even so then at this present time also there is a remnant according to the election of grace. Man. You know? You know? Hey. Let me read that again. It says, but what saith the answer of the Most High unto him? All right, it says, I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. Even so, then at this present time also there is a remnant according to the election of grace, man. All right, so what is going on in this context? All right, Paul is reiterating, all right, reiterating, all right, 1 Kings, the 19th chapter on down, all right, how Israel was going off, all right, the wicked 2/3 niggas, all right, wicked 2/3 niggas and bitches was going off, all right, they was killing the prophets, all right, during the time of what? Jezebel, all right, they was what? Killing the prophets, all right, setting up the wicked priesthood, defiling the priesthood, all right, and you had niggas just bowing down, all right, to the image of Baal, to the way of life of the heathens, man, all right, bowing down and serving their gods, all right, and Baal is a chief representation of all pagan gods. When you get that understanding through the scriptures, man. All right, Baal, that's why the Most High said, I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. And that's heavy, all right, because those 7,000 men is a complete number of men, all right? That 7,000 men is the elect, man, starting with the house of David, man, that governing body, right? Chiefly the 144,000, all right, 12,000 elected men from each tribe, all right? That's who the Most High was referencing, all right, when he said 7,000 men, all right, starting with the house of David, man, all right, because the house of David, right, the 144,000 will follow the Lamb. Those, let me get that, man, all right, Revelation 14. All right. Revelation chapter 14, verse 3. And they sung as it were as a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000. All right, so chiefly those 7,000 men that shall not bow to the image of Baal. All right, or who? The 144,000. Those are the high esteemed ones. All right, and it says, which were redeemed from the earth. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. All right. Like the Most High said, he said, I have left a remnant, all right, 7,000 men which shall not bow to the image of Baal. These men is not taking no backdoor deals with the devil, man. These men ain't taking no compromising, man. Ain't compromising for nothing. All right, these men are virgins, man. They not bowing down to the image of Baal. They're not getting down with this beast system. All right, they going in the gates. They shaking the hand of the nobles and they telling these devils to their face. All right, Yahweh Shema Shah is coming back to destroy you devils, man. All right, he's coming to destroy and put Baal out of the earth, man. All right, how it says in that day, all right, it'll be one Lord, all right, and his name one. All right, because the whole earth will know about Yahweh Shema Shah and tell you Isaiah 60. All right, the nation that will not serve thee, that nation shall be destroyed. That nation shall be utterly wasted, man. All right. So these are men that stood so stiffly for these are the men that the Most High have reserved. All right, 7,000 men. All right, all right, because the elect through them, the nation have grace. Mercy, man, because the Most High is going to shown them mercy. All right, the house of David, man. That's why I say the sure mercies of David. Okay, his Most High said, I have left unto myself. So like I left unto myself what a remnant of 7,000 men. You know. All right, I'm gonna read on. It says, these are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he go with. You know. It says, these were redeemed from among the men, all right, being the first fruits unto Yahweh and to the Lamb, man. All right. So the Most High said, what? To myself, I have reserved. All right, let's read it again. It says, Romans 11:4. But what saith the answer of God unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the image, who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. Even so, then at this present time, also there is a remnant according to the election of grace. So the same. So what the Most High told to Elijah? Hey, don't worry about it, Elijah. Hey, the spirits are subject to the prophets. Let me get that. All right, the spirits of the prophets. All right. First Corinthians chapter 14, verse 32. And the spirits, all right, and the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets, man. All right. Read that again. First Corinthians chapter 14, verse 32. And the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets. Right. So the Most High was telling Elijah, hey, don't worry about it, man. All right. The prophet, hey, they coming back, man. All right, the Most High has left him a remnant. All right, like Paul said, even so this very time there shall be a remnant left, man, or else the whole nation shall be consumed. All right, the Most High has is dealing with the elect, man. All right, he's gonna purge out all the undesirables, right? All the undesirables and peasants. All right, the Most High is gonna purge them out. You know. See, I was thinking of something. Oh yeah, Isaiah. All right. This is Isaiah chapter 1, verse 9. All right. Except the Lord of hosts that had left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom and we should have been like unto Gomorrah. All right. Who is that very small remnant, man? All right. That elect, because it tells you how Ezra is saying that it said how a drop. Let me see. A drop. Some. All right, this is 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 15. I have said before, and now do speak, and I will speak also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish than of them which shall be saved, like as a wave is greater than a drop. Right. You know? So, let's drive it home. All right? Except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, because what it's going to be like a drop to the rest of these Israelites. Because Israel like the sand in the sea. But those wicked, that undesirable, those wicked figs, all right, are going to be what? And they're going to be consumed, man. They're going to be consumed off the land. All right, and it tells you that in Jeremiah, I'm going to get there. Isaiah chapter 1, verse 9, except the Lord of hosts had left us into a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah. All right, because what? Most High only saved Lot and I think his two daughters, man. That was it, you know. And and you know, that was nothing. Like that whole, them cities had what, hundreds of thousands of people in it. All right, but see, the Most High is not gonna do that. You know, just save just one, two, three souls, like he did at the time of Noah. You know, like a lot. No, he's gonna save a remnant. All right. All right, a remnant, something that's reasonable, you know, that can bring back a nation through grace. All right. That's why it says, except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, we shall have been as Sodom, and we shall have been like unto Gomorrah. Right? Because where is Sodom and Gomorrah? That's gone. That's finished, man. They got consumed off the land. They was through. All right. But see, the Most High is gonna have mercy, but he gonna have to purge out you undesirables. See how long I've been going. All right, he gonna have to purge out you undesirables. All right, this is Jeremiah chapter 24, verse 4. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, the God of Israel. All right. Like these good figs, so will I acknowledge them that are carried away captive of Judah, whom I have sent out of this place into the land of the Chaldeans for their good. All right. For I will set my eyes upon them for good, and I will bring them again to this land. I will build them and not pull them down. All right. And I will plant them and not pluck them up. All right. And so is this talking about is this talking about during the time of the Medo-Persians when they returned back to the land? No. Because it says, if you read it, says, and I will build them up and I will not pull them down. All right. Israel got pulled down in 70 AD. They got permanently pulled down. All right. That was the last of pretty much the nation. The nation scattered. It was dispersed, man. All right. You had Israelites going into captivity by the Romans. Some fled into Africa. All right. Different parts of Africa. Mainly, west. You already had Israelites in the North Africa, right? We talk about Hannibal, Baraka, all right, but they was fleeing into North Africa, West Africa, all right, and you had some fleeing to the South Africa, you know. You had then the rest of them was going, you know, it was bad, man. So we got pulled down in 70 AD. So this is not talking about the Medo-Persian time. This is talking about now. This is the prophet that is dealing with now. right? If you got ears to hear, all right, if you got the spirit to, you got the spiritual eyes to see, right? It says, I will plant them and I will not pluck them up. So it's talking about now. Because when the kingdom established, that's going to be forever. All right. And it says, and I will give them a heart to know me. So what it's talking about? What is it talking about? The heart of flesh. So you know this not talking about. So you know this haven't happened yet, man. It says that I am the Lord Yahweh, and they shall be my people, and I will be their power, for they shall return unto me with their whole heart. So this hasn't happened yet, because the whole nation of Israel has not have. It's nowhere in the time where Israel turned to their whole heart. Why? Because we got a stony heart. All right. In order for us to serve the Most High perfectly, we got to be changed, man. We got to receive the heart of flesh. Verse 8. All right. So this is the Most High telling Jeremiah what he gonna do in the last days. All right. He was speaking about what he gonna do good for the nation of Israel. All right. But later up if you read, that's why I ain't started verse 1. You got to read it. It talks about a parable, and then the Most High just breaks it down. You know, the Most High just breaks it down. All right. This is verse 8. All right. And as the evil figs, which cannot be eaten, all right, it's talking about who are the evil figs? All right, you undesirables, man. You 2/3. All right. What I'm reading, all right, is pretty much a direct correlation, a parallel to Zechariah 13th chapter, man. All right. I'm reading again. It said, verse 8, and as evil figs which cannot be eaten, they are so evil. Surely thus saith the Lord Yahweh, so will I give Zedekiah the king of Judah and his princes and the residue of Jerusalem that remain in this land, and them that dwell in the land of Egypt. I will deliver them I will deliver them to be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth for their hurt, to be a reproach and a proverb and a taunt and a curse in all places whither I have driven them. Right. So this happened now. There's no account where all the Israelites were scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, they was in everywhere in captivity throughout the four corners of the earth. Back in this time, no, it's talking about this. Just talking about today, right now. All right, because this happening now. It's talking the curses. It's talking about for the hurt, reproach, proverb, taunt, and the curse in all places without driving them. All right. And he's speaking to that wicked generation, right? That he's Zedekiah, the king of Judah, and his prince and the residue of Jerusalem, and the ones that was in Egypt. That wicked generation, those spirits are back on the earth. All right, he's speaking to them. All right, and those in the other wicked generations, he's speaking directly to them, which are the 2/3. All right, and he says, and I will send the sword. So this was coming. This is talking about Jacob's trouble. He said, and I will send the sword, the famine, and the pestilence among them till they be consumed from off the land that I have given to them and to their fathers, man. All right. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I said 2/3 shall be cut off and die. He said throughout all the land. All right. Didn't he just say I would drive them into all kingdoms of the earth? You know. Zechariah 13, it says, and it shall come to pass that in all the land. Right. He said, and I would, like you just read, he said, and I would drive into all kingdoms of the earth. He said, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, said the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. So this is the Most High reiterating and getting more specific. All right. And it says, therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. All right. Like I said, if there shall be left unto a very small remnant, we shall be like Sodom and Gomorrah. Because the Most High is coming with that fire. Right, I'm going to read this again, man. All right, and it said, I'm going to read verse 10. It said, I will send the sword, the famine, and the pestilence among them till they be consumed. How is somebody consumed? Consumed with fire. All right, from off the land that I gave to them and to their fathers. All right, then he said they shall be consumed. Let me get that. All right, so we got to go through this, man. You know, we got to go through the precepts, get some understanding. You know why the Most High is saying these things. All right, because the whole nation not going to return. The Most High he got something for you rebellious Israelites. All right, he got judgment. Isaiah chapter 66, verse 15. Right, because You people think y'all ain't finna pay for what y'all did in this time and in the old times, which you have been paying for. You paid through slavery, but Jake finna pay. He finna pay before Jake going to this kingdom. Right, you 2/3 before y'all get reborn into the kingdom. Hey, y'all finna suffer the worst way. Everything that y'all did, y'all gonna pay for it, man. All right, the Most High finna use Esau. All right, he's finna awake, oh sword. He's finna awake the sword, man. All right, that's the Esau is the Heavenly Father's sword on the left hand side, man. All right, that's that wicked sword that bring punishment to you, Jakes, man. You know. But I'm gonna read this. It says, Isaiah chapter 66, verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one's tree, in the midst eating swine's flesh, and the abomination in the mouth shall be consumed. Like we just read, they shall be consumed off the good land and off the lands I've given to their father, and they shall be consumed together, saith the Lord, man. All right? Because the Most High, Yahweh Shema Shah is coming to judge you people with the law. And who was given the law? You Israelites. So first and foremost, the Most High is coming riding on a swift cloud into Egypt, and he's going to purge, he's going to destroy you 2/3, right? Then he's going to purge out the rebels, all right? The undesirables, all right? The rest of the undesirables, all right? Starting with the 2/3 in Babylon, because that's where the lake of fire is at, all right? And then after that, Yahweh Shai, once the elect, you know what I'm saying? Once the elect is suited up and booted, man. You know, once the New Jerusalem come out them chariots, hey, we're gonna purge out you rebels, man. You undesirables. All right, you gonna be consumed. The ones that somehow make it, you Israelites that somehow make it, all right, y'all gonna be purged out, man. All the rebels gonna be purged out. All right? Because the Most High has only left him a remnant of 7,000, a complete amount of men that shall not bow to the image of Baal, but all you rest, you going to bow down, man. You know? You going to bow down. That's why it says, let me see. It said the book of life was not found. And they're going to bow down to that image. All right, this is Revelation chapter 13, verse 8. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life. All right, so those people that shall worship him, which is the beast, all right, because if you really get into it, you know, Esau really worships the pagan gods of Canaan, you know. So in a sense, it's really the image of Baal. All right, Most High, he said, I have left me a remnant of 7,000 men which shall not bow the knee to the image of Baal. All right, and he says, to the same very day, there is a remnant according to the election of grace, man. You know, it says, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world, man. You know, so these people that's gonna bow down the knee to the image of Baal, all right, they're gonna be slain. All right, they're gonna be slain. You know, because they know not righteousness, they know not Yahweh Shema Shah. You know. But right, let me get this. Revelation chapter 15, verse 2. And I saw as it were sea of glass mingled with fire, and with them, it's like in them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, standing on the sea of glass, having the harps of God. And they sing the song of Moses, the servant of God, and a song of the Lamb, saying, great and marvelous are thy works, Lord God Almighty. Just and true are thy ways. So like it, just and true are thy ways, thou King of saints. Who shall not fear thee, O Lord, and glorify thy name? For thou only art holy, for all nations shall come and worship before thee, for thy judgments are made manifest, man. You know? So these people that had, and these people that got the victory over the image, the victory over the mark, it says got the victory over the beast, over his image, over his mark, and over the number of his name, man. Right? Most High, like Most High said, I have left a remnant unto me 7,000 men, which shall not bow down the knee to the image of Baal. You know? So that was pretty much a quick lesson, pretty much going into some precepts on that, man. You know, I hope I was hit some topics, hit some points, you know. Pretty much explain that pretty much that scripture. All right, the elect, and you know, because why the Most High left a remnant, because you undesirable, you got to get purged out, man. You know, and why that conversation was going on, just read 1 Kings the 19th chapter, or how Elijah was on the go. You know, he was on the go because why they killed pretty much majority of the prophets of his time. They killed all of them, and he was like the only one left. All right, and Israel killed the prophets, man. You know, but the Most High said, "Hey, don't worry about it. I left a remnant, elect. Hey, don't, hey." You know what I'm saying? Elijah, you know, he understood it, but he ain't really, you know, pretty much grasp it. You know, because you know Yahweh Shai came with the full understanding, man. All right, that's when you know. That's why, because when Paul said, even then at this very time, there is election according to the grace, man. You know? So with that, giving our praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakak Wadash. Hope this lesson was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. All right? I'm going to say, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Brakathum. All right? To the hopeful elect. All right? DTA, Baal. All right? Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.